What's up, guys? I'm here today to talk about post-college depression. No one talks about this. Like, no one tells you. Like, everyone's like, oh, like, college are the best 4 years of your life, but like,
hello.
Like, no one warns you that after college you go through a period of post-college depression. I just talked to my friend for the past 45 minutes. She's traveling a lot for work, and when she gets back, she just isn't feeling at home in her own apartment. When you graduate college, like, you will not be happy. Like point blank, no discussion. Like, you have to find out how to be happy on your own.
By yourself.
It doesn't matter. Like, no one warns you about what it's like to literally leave college where you are 5 feet away from your friends at all times. And then some people have to move home out of state. Like, I am from Baltimore, Maryland. I went to school in Alabama. So when I graduated, I didn't have a job. So I had to move home, and I worked at my beach house for the summer, and then I moved back. But even when I moved back in with a friend that was still in college, like, you still want to have those experiences, but like, no one sees you that way anymore. Like, people at your college will be like,
oh, like, why are you here?
Or like,
oh, what are you doing here?
Like, instead of being like, oh, it's so nice to see you, like, blah blah, or like pick up where you left off. Like, that doesn't happen frequently. You're never going to be as close with people as you want to be. They have jobs all day, and like, your work schedule doesn't align with their work schedule. So like, they might be getting you off work on a Friday at 2 p.m. and you have to work Friday from 2 to 10. Like, what, like, how is that conducive to a friendship? Like, how, like, you have to learn how to do life on your own, and that's hard. Okay, I know I sound like a little bitch right now, like, whining about this being hard, but for real though, it is kind of hard. Like, no one prepares you for that. Hello? Anyone teaches how to do this? I mean, I guess like, everyone's had to do it on their own. Everyone figures it out on their own. But like, man, it would be nice to have some help. Comment down below if you agree with this, and like, maybe you haven't gone through it yet. Like, maybe you haven't had your post-college depression phase where like, you're really struggling to find like your people. I was living in Birmingham, but I was working a job where I was making $13 an hour, and I have a car loan and student loans and rent and utilities. Like, no way in hell can I afford that. Like, I had a nanny to supplement my income. So last summer was really hard for me, and I just wanted to get back to Alabama. I wanted everything to be the same as it was in college. But there are some people that like literally come home from college and like have to do it alone. That would be so difficult. Like, that would be terrible. Like, who would want to do that? Like, they are the troopers. So what I'm trying to say is, shit's hard. It gets easier after you go through that phase. It's a real thing, and the silver lining and everything. Like, there's always going to be a positive to anything that happens. If one door closes, another one opens, and then 4 more open, but one of them will be good, I promise. I learned when I was in college that doing something and finding out that you don't like it is just as important as doing something and finding out you do like it. Because then you know what you don't want. And that goes with like relationships and friendships too. You got to put yourself out there, because like, who knows, you might hate it, but like, who knows, you might freaking love it.
Yes, this is me. Like, this is it. So
you gotta go try something. You gotta do something. You gotta put yourself out there. And when you do that, you'll find really who you are and like what you're made to do in life. It'll really help you through those hard times when like, you're just trying to figure out like what to do now, and like how to live your life without being in college, because that's what you've known the past 4 years or 5 or 6 or however many it took you. You don't have to go to grad school right after undergrad to be successful, and you don't have to get married with a ring before spring. Shout out Southern people. Like, I don't know, like, everyone has their own timeline. No one's rushed. No one should be comparing themselves. Some people become insta famous. No, like, some people have to travel for work, some people don't. Some people hate their job and make a lot of money, and some people love their job and make no money. It just, I don't even know, like, but I definitely know like post college depression is a real, but no one really talks about like how you get through it and how you can like maximize or decrease the amount of time that the post college depression lasts. Why is no one looking into this more? Like, I know that when you graduate, like my friends were in a Thursday night kickball team, and they had so much fun. They met new people through their like works like that. Like they joined that same team with, and that's awesome. But like, it's still kind of like society kind of frowns upon it if you sign up on your own, like, and you're not really motivated to go as much if you're doing it by yourself, and like you don't have those connections to be made after college. Like in college, like you have classes with like a plethora and a conglomerate of people. Like you really can find friends easily, and you have all these options like sororities and sports and stuff like that. Like where is that in the real world? Because I feel like we'd all be happier and we'd have like all the sticks pulled out of our asses a little bit, because Lord knows we all have a little stick up our ass. And like I feel like we would get so far in happiness and we'd learn more about ourselves if we just had ways in doing that. Like, I don't know.